Hello lovely people, welcome to another Sakino on Sunday video. First of all, I want to thank all of you who have been watching my first one. I was really surprised how many of you watched it. And I also got feedbacks, and for that I also thank you, because feedback helps me to improve my performance. I also want to apologize for any inconvenience that I caused you by not being able to send out the emails in a way that you only received one. Some of you even received up to 4. And I'm very sorry for that. I hope today I will be better in sending out only 1 to each of you. Having said that, now my theme today is trust and feeling safe. And somehow it connects with what I said before, because when I experience trust with someone or a situation, what does it mean? It means that I feel safe. I feel safe in that situation and or with that person. And what does that mean? Actually, I have been thinking a lot about trust and feeling safe in my life, and also in the last 20 plus years of working in a new and different way, being much more sensitive to the traumas of people that I work with, which 20 years before we weren't really aware of trauma. And we weren't really aware of situations in therapy, for instance, when we were using techniques which were putting people into stressful body positions or having them express their feelings and pushing them to do so. We weren't really aware about, or I wasn't really aware, I have to say, I don't know about other people. I wasn't really aware that as a condition to allow myself to open up, I need to trust the person I'm with, that they can create a space where I can feel safe. And that means where I can allow myself to let down my shields, my guards, and open up to my wounds, to my feelings, to anything that has been buried inside of me for a long, long time. Some things even since childhood, because as a child, a child generally trusts. When a child is born, you can see it in babies, the way they open their eyes, the way they look at you, the way they are able to just let themselves be held by you, be by the mother, being fed by the mother. They just are born with a trustful attitude. I can't even say it's an attitude. It's a natural state of being. And then if that trust gets violated, for instance, violated that by the fact that a parent, for whatever reason, is not able to give them what they need to hold them safely, to hold them tight, to care for them in the way that they can trust that food is always there, that they are warm, that they are in a safe place, that when they scream someone is coming to look after them, to give them what they need. So if that basic primal trust gets violated by sometimes even unconscious behaviors of the caretaking person, usually father, mother, then that trust cracks, gets broken, because the baby, the infant, experiences When I scream, when I cry, nobody will be there for me. And then that safe space is just lost. And I'm not talking about even about violence or physical or emotional abuse here. I'm talking about things that might happen because the parent doesn't really know how to take care of the kid because of their own wounds that they had or whatever reason. So now, having said that, so that child, we grow up in a way that we are all the time kind of on guard, being exactly like this. Like, can I rely on this person? Can I rely on this situation? Can I let myself be? So this is what happens to, at least for many people, it happens that this primal, trustful being in the world, just being there, gets shattered. So they cannot trust. So they are always en garde. They are always looking for the danger or expecting my needs are not going to get met no matter what I do. So they become very anxious, very fearful, because they have had these experiences. So their anxiety, their fear is valid. Now, how can we re-establish that trust and that safe space? It's not easy. It's not easy. It requires, let's say, from a therapist or from a teacher or from a caretaker, it requires the willingness to be there for that person no matter what they are going through. Knowing they cannot solve their situation, maybe, most of the time, but being willing to be in that space of anxiety, of fear, of pain, of anger with them. We call it holding the space. So holding a space for a person so that they can learn, wow, no matter what I am going through, this person, this therapist, this caretaker will be here with me. I can tell you one of my own examples. When I started my own therapy, which was around 1981, I was very lucky because I had a therapist who was exactly like that. No matter what I was going through, no matter how much I screamed in the sessions, no matter even how much I attacked him, because some things were bothering me. It had nothing to do with his personality, basically. Had all everything to do with something like his spiritual identity. So I was kind of attacking him and attacking him and attacking him. And what I was expecting was that at some point he would just say, it's enough. Now you go. I have enough of you. But it did not happen. It didn't happen. Every time again, when I was attacking him, when I was asking him all those personal questions, he would patiently be there, sometimes he would answer my questions. Sometimes he would say, well, this is very private and I am not really wanting to go into my private life here. We are here for you. But he gave me the feeling that he would be there with me no matter what I went through. And I can tell you, I spent hours and hours and hours and sessions screaming and crying and releasing all the wounds from my childhood. And he was there holding me, sometimes even physically, just holding me tight, so I could feel safe to allow all those wounds to open up. And there I learned to trust again and to feel safe with a person who cared for me. And that built the foundation for who I am today. And just talking about it now makes me aware of it again. That I don't know how many years I worked with that therapist, maybe around 3 years, and every week, and sometimes 2 times a week. So it was a very long and intense therapeutic relationship. And the ability of this man to be there no matter what happened supported me to trust again and to be able to feel safe again. And well, I learned from that in order to help someone to trust and feel safe, all you have to do, and this is not a little thing, this is a big thing, but all you have to do is to be there with that person, not leaving them. Sometimes it takes years to create a trustful relationship with someone. And if we are willing to do that, this is my experience, we are creating something very beautiful. Trust and a safe space. And in that safe space, growth can happen. Love can happen. Friendship can happen. If that space is not there, nothing of those things can happen. Thank you for listening and watching my Sakino on Sunday. I wish you all a loving and beautiful week and hopefully some joy coming your way.